Hi everyone, welcome. I am so excited to have you guys today and welcome Ashleigh from Ashleigh Wempe Designs and the host of the Knit Your Own Adventure Summit, which we are here to talk all about. Do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Ashleigh Wempe and I am a knitting pattern designer. If you've ever seen my work before, you've probably seen some really bright colored, vibrant shawls. I love making those, and that's kind of what I've been known for. And I also am the author of Mosaic Knitting Workshop, a book that you can find pretty much anywhere that you can buy a book online. It's a really fantastic book that gives you an introduction to mosaic colorwork, if that's something you're interested in. And yeah, like Hortense said, I'm the hostess of the Knit Your Own Adventure Summit. It's back for a second year in a row, and I'm really excited to show you guys what it's all about.
I'm so excited too. I love summits. You know I love summits. Everyone knows I love summits by now, I think. Mm-hmm. Tell us a bit more about the event. Like, when is it? What is, like, if someone has never heard about summits, what is it all about? How does it work? Those kind of things.
So first things first, the summit is October 7th through the 10th. And the focus this year is on fixing your knitting mistakes, because I know so many of us, especially when we're first starting out, we make a lot of mistakes and it just leads to frustration. And, sometimes we even give up on projects because of some mistake 15 rows back or whatever. So we're focusing on learning how to fix mistakes without tearing the entire thing apart. And then we're also focusing on preventing mistakes in the first place. So the first day is fixing any of those mistakes that you currently have on your needles. And then the second day is a focus on how to prevent those mistakes, how to put in lifelines and stitch markers and, choosing the correct size for if you're making a garment. So your sweater doesn't end up 10 sizes too big or too small. And then the third day, we're focusing on mindset around confidence building and any fears that you might have when you're knitting and kind of how those arise and, just kind of different perspectives on making mistakes. So it's a fantastic experience. It should be a really fun event.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. It's free for everyone to sign up, but then they have the option to upgrade, right?
They sure do. So the best part, the thing that I love about summits is if you want to attend live and in person, it's free. You can watch all the presentations for 48 hours, kind of like if it's an in-person event, so the presentations are live for 48 hours. So everybody's talking about the same presentations and you can watch them free. If you want to see the presentations in the future, if you want lifetime access to those presentations or access to a couple extra knit and chats, as well as some amazing bonuses that our speakers and sponsors have donated, then you can upgrade to what I've called the Expedition Pass. It's kind of, adventure themed, but it's a really great pass that you can get. And honestly, the best part is that you get lifetime access to all of the presentations. So if you're working on a brioche shawl a year from now, you can watch the presentation and fix a drop stitch on your brioche shawl in a year. So, yeah.
Yeah, for anyone, that has been to any of my summits, I call them the Super Pack, different name, same concept, just as awesome. Because I know sometimes different names get people confused. So, so it's all online. Just to make sure that that's super clear. Everything's online from the comfort of your home, and you can watch whenever you want in the day. I think we have some live sessions, but the main presentations are whenever you want, correct?
Yes. So the main sessions will go live each day at 9 a.m. Central Time. They will go live for 48 hours. You can watch them however many times you want. You can pause them. You can restart them for that 48 hours. Mm-hmm.
And then how do the live session work? Do we get replays from those or?
Yeah. So the live sessions, we will be going live. Oh gosh, I don't have my schedule memorized. I think it's 2:00 Central every afternoon. It's 1:00 Central every afternoon. We will have a live panel with some of our speakers. I think there's 4 speakers signed up each day. And it's kind of it's a panel about that day's topic. So the day where we're fixing our knitting mistakes, that's what the panel is about, where you can bring any questions that you might have, and our expert speakers will help you fix any of those mistakes. They will be recorded. Those sessions are recorded, and I will post them to our summit website as quickly as I can. I am a one-woman show running this whole thing, so it might take an hour or two, but I will get it posted. And I say those will be available for 48 hours, but I usually just leave the live sessions available for the entire summit. And then we also have other live sessions. We have 2 knit and chats that are available to all the attendees, and then 2 knit and chats that are just for Expedition Pass members. And those knit and chats are where we just sit, hang out. I divide you up into smaller groups, usually less than 10 people, so you can get to know some other attendees really well. And I do not record those sessions because I want, it's just to be casual conversation. Don't want anybody to be worried about being recorded or anything like that. So the live panel sessions are recorded, and then the knit and chats are not.
Yeah, the live panels are often some of like the favorite sessions. That's where all the good stuff starts to come out, because we each do each designer does their own presentation with their own like background and knowledge, and they are like super helpful. But in the live panels, we get to chat, like exchange points of view, and like sometimes have like a conversation around it, and that really kind of makes us tell you guys things we don't think we need to tell you, but that are actually really good to know.
Yeah.
That's always my conclusion. It's like, maybe I should, like, I never say this or I never talk about that, but actually it's interesting. Like, people need to know.
Yeah, I always learn so much in those panels. Like, I think I'm good at knitting until I attend one of those panels, and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah, no. So depending on the event, like, I'm the newbie designer usually, so. Let's talk about the speakers. Who do we have? There's you and me, obviously, yes. But I know there's like a lot more.
Yeah, so this year I have 29 speakers, including you and me, which is just an incredible amount of just amazing knowledge. And one of the things that I really tried to focus on this year was finding a wide range of designer abilities. So I found some designers that, they're very well known. I have Chantal from Knititude who's joining us, but then I also found some designers who have only published, a pattern or two, and they have so much knowledge and so much passion, and they're trying to grow. And so I offered them the opportunity to speak in the summit too. So we have people from all like breadths of the spectrum when it comes to design abilities, which is really cool.
I love that, because it's not because you're not an established designer and you don't have like 200 something patterns and been doing this for years that you don't know a whole lot about knitting. You might not know a whole lot about online business, but that's not what the summit is about. So it doesn't matter at all. And they're usually like super generous with their like sharing their knowledge and just excited to participate and to engage in the community, because we're having a community, right?
Yes, so we have a Facebook community. So the entire event, honestly, if you're not, can be run. So you'll check your email every morning with links to all the presentations. And then we have a summit website where you will be able to see all of the presentations and all of the speaker freebies. But if you want to also participate in a community, we have a pop-up Facebook community that is really fun. We have, I think right now there's 1,600 people in there, and we're just chatting away. The Facebook community is already open. It really becomes active during the summit. But right now we're just chatting away and talking about different projects that we're working on and presentations that we're excited to see. And then once the summit kicks off, there will be different prizes and giveaways that'll happen in that Facebook group. So if Facebook is your thing and you happen to have Facebook, I really encourage you to join us.
Honestly, even if it's not your thing, because it's not my thing, just like for 3 days.
Yes, join us for 3 days.
Make an effort, and like you'll see how awesome it is. And it's not like any of the public groups that is very noisy and very loud and very like sometimes a little aggressive and not super positive. Usually the Facebook groups for the events are like very tight because it's like a very focused. It's just for the event. It's just like 3-4 days. and everyone is just there to learn and to share excitement, share what they learned, share their projects, help each other. So it's like only good vibes.
Yeah, and it's also a place where all of my speakers join the Facebook group, and then they're there to answer questions. So you can just tag them or say, hey, Ashleigh, can you ask this speaker something? And we can have those conversations with the speakers in the Facebook group. And each day when the speakers' presentations go live, there is also a Facebook post that goes live that day with that speaker's face on it. So it's real easy to find. And you can ask questions in there, and my speakers will be monitoring those posts as well. So you can kind of get real-time feedback on your questions during the event.
Yeah, because the presentations are pre-recorded, but that's mostly from like a tech practical point of view, right? It's just to make things manageable. Because having 29 people show up and teach live, you don't want to try that. No. I'm sorry, guys. I know how cool it would be as like an audience person, but as a business person on the back end, you don't want to try to manage that. It would be a nightmare. And it also gives the opportunity to do better videos where we can show things and like switch cameras and like have all of that not being in the way. But we're still there for questions and for like comments and discussions.
Yeah, my speakers are all there, even though their presentations are pre-recorded.
And we have prizes too, right?
Yeah, so we do have prizes.
Everything's fun.
Yeah, so the vast majority of the prizes are given away during our bingo game that we have going on. So we play bingo kind of like when you were a kid playing bingo, or if you're an adult playing bingo too. You download a card that it's a PDF. You can either print it out, or if you just pull it up onto your computer screen, you can click on the boxes and check things off. And a little check mark appears, which is pretty cool. But the goal is to get 5 in a row. And each day, if you get 5 in a row, you can submit your bingo card through a form, and you're eligible for prizes. So things on the bingo card, a lot of them are just very easy. One of them is signing up for the summit. And honestly, if you have a bingo card, you probably already signed up for the summit. So a lot of them are just very easy tasks to do. And I have explanations on the website if you are unsure what one of the squares means. But prizes, almost all of our speakers are giving away some sort of free pattern. So there's a ton of free patterns. I think there's 32 prizes, maybe. We also have a couple of skeins of yarn, a bunch of project bags, a couple of courses. Yeah, so there's just a bunch of really good stuff being given away.
I love bingo. Summit bingo is so fun.
It's fun. And
because it's like you're doing the summit and getting prizes at the same time.
Yeah. And I do want to point out that you don't need Facebook to participate in bingo. It is easier to participate if you do have Facebook, and you also don't need to upgrade to the Expedition Pass. It is easier to win and get some of those diagonals and whatnot, but there are options on there without upgrading. So you can still win prizes if you are participating via the free option.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love trying to find a way to like make it work for everyone.
That's the goal.
Is there anything else? Oh yeah, what topics are we talking about? Like, do you have some of the presentations? Like, we know the general like day-to-day topics, like daily themes, but like specific presentations. Can you give us a sneak peek, or do we have to go check it out?
No, I can give you a sneak peek. So the ones that I'm most interested in watching, because they're things that I struggle with, is Gabby Augustine is talking about braving your brioche blunders. She's teaching us how to fix brioche, which is not something I could teach. So that's
I don't even know how to do brioche in the first place. So.
Yeah. Ruth Brash, she's talking about like what happens if you make a neckline that you don't like on your knitting. She actually teaches you how to cut into your knitting, so you can then pick up those stitches and fix your neckline, which sounds terrifying, but she teaches you how to do it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But if you don't like the neckline, you're not going to wear it. So, and you don't like, especially if you're doing like a bottom-up sweater or something, top-down, sorry. You don't want to start over just because you don't like the neckline.
Right. So she teaches you how to fix that.
And or if it stretches with time.
Yeah.
I need that one.
And honestly, your presentation on reading your knitting is honestly kind of the foundation to a lot of these different presentations. If you can read your knitting and you know kind of what your knitting is telling you, that's kind of a foundation for watching a bunch of the other presentations. So yeah, I really liked your presentation as well. I love being able to get sneak peeks and watch all the presentations before everybody else.
Yeah, I think that like reading your knitting, so I'm talking about like reading your stitches, like being able to see what you've actually done and what you're doing so that you can avoid having to count all the time, because I hate counting. I hate using stitch markers. I know we are going to learn how to use them, but they're never around when I need them. So I just always be like, I'll just count, and then I don't count, and then I make a mess. So that way I can just like look at my knitting and be like, okay, I made so many increases, so many decreases. I'm there, I'm at this stitch. This is a knit, this is a purl, this is a lace, this is a whatever else you're doing. And that really helps understand how the fabric builds up, and then you can really play around with it. And that makes everything easier.
I'm exactly the same. I'm kind of a lazy knitter. I hate lifelines. I hate stitch markers. I don't know why.
If I have to frog something like a sweater or something, I'll just like pull out all the stitches, all the live stitches, and just frog to whatever I need, and then put back the 200 stitches live. I am looking for trouble.
I am the same way.
But I don't do any like fancy brioche or fancy lace. That would be really hard to pick back up. So.
Oh, another good one. There's a couple of presentations on fixing lace too. Natalie Warner, she's teaching how to fix like a missed yarn over in your lace, which is pretty cool, because I know I've been guilty of missing plenty of yarn overs, and then your stitch count gets off and it turns into a mess. But she even created a little chart for you where there's actually mistakes built in, and then she teaches you how to fix them in the presentation, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Speakers have good ideas.
Oh, they do. I watch these presentations and my mind's blown. I'm not that creative, but I love putting creative people together.
Exactly. You are creative, but just like in your own like crazy color combo, funny stitches, and everything at the same time. Wait.
Yes.
Is there anything else we need to know? Or do you guys have any questions in the chat for us, for the event? We're having a kickoff call the day before.
Oh, yes. We're having a kickoff call at 2 p.m. Central on Monday, October 6th. And that kickoff call just kind of sets out what the event's going to be like, kind of just what the schedule looks like, some key presentations, and then I give away a few prizes too. So it's just a fun little kickoff party. And then all of the presentations go live the following morning at 9 a.m. Central. I highly encourage you to attend, especially if you want a walkthrough of how to navigate the website or anything like that. And I will answer as many questions as I can. I'll, keep an eye on chat and answer as many questions as I can. And there'll be a few prizes to give away too.
Always prizes, so much better.
Yes,
but it's a good call to get all the links and like make sure you understand what's going to show up where, and then you're not like running around crazy because you attended another summit that was a little bit different, and then you can't find what you're looking for, and that way it makes that all smooth and easy.
Yeah, and I guess I have one final thing. If you are attending the summit and you have a question, or you're struggling to get logged into something, or something's just not working, send me an email. Instead of posting in the Facebook group, I will respond to emails much faster. Sometimes the Facebook group gets kind of quick, and then some of those posts get lost. So send me an email. Especially if you find something broken or that's not working, I will go out of my way to fix it and make it all right.
Awesome. Robin's asking, what are you teaching?
What am I teaching? I am teaching kind of a topic that's new to me. I am teaching about a strategy to tackle scary knitting patterns or patterns that intimidate you. I thought it would be a fun topic to talk about. So I kind of have like a 3-step method on how to just tackle any knitting pattern. Like you see a beautiful like cabled sweater and you've never done cables before. How do you break down like a strategy to tackle a cabled sweater when you've never done that before?
That's going to be helpful and useful.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I saw, like, at all levels, like this week, that's really something that hit me this week. Like, I was just chatting with someone in a group that is like teaching chickens, so like completely unrelated. And she's like, she just picked up crochet and she was like, oh, I want to do, like, do you think I'm ready for a hat? Like, I mean, yeah, a hat. You can make a crochet hat out of a rectangle. So you just finished a blanket. You can make a hat. She's like, what? You can make it out of a rectangle? Like, hats look complicated. I'm like, no, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like daring to even look at a project that, like, automatically you think that's too complicated, but daring to look at it. And even like earlier this week, a designer I love that's also dyeing yarn just shared that she was doing lace for the first time, and she's been like dyeing yarn and designing for 8 years. So I was like, what? You've never tried an eyelet? How? But like, I have not tried brioche. I have not tried mosaic. I have not tried most colorwork techniques. So like, there's so many things that I tried. Socks. Like, I started doing socks last year, like a year and a half ago. And they were like so intimidating to me. And I was like, they're actually like just like a sweater. Like, why am I scared of socks if I'm not scared of sweaters? Don't ask me. After the fact, it sounds so stupid, but the heel thing, like, seemed so scary. Like, everyone's like, what is it scary? So like, even brioche, we're joking about it, but I know it's not that hard. If I just wanted to do it and just sat down to do it, I'm pretty sure I can pick it up and anyone can. And Jessica Ace, I don't know if she's talking about brioche in this summit, but she teaches brioche regularly and really well. So I'm sure we can learn from her or from anyone. It's not that hard. Like, nothing should be scary.
No, and I'm a firm believer that knitting, it's like the difference between beginner, intermediate, and advanced. You know, they always put that on patterns. It's really just combining a series of different skills and kind of just adding on those skills. But it really just comes down to the basics, you know, knitting, purling. Can you count your stitches? Do you like, can you read it?
Count. No, we can't. We can't.
Half the time I can't count my stitches, but it's really usually not that complicated once you.
No, it's combining things. We do have a presentation about like reading patterns, right?
We have a presentation on reading charts.
Okay, because often I found that like doing the actual thing is not that hard, but once you see it written out, it starts to look hard because there's like numbers everywhere, and like, that's probably also in your strategy to like how to tackle that and how to like get rid of all the complexity from the written version and just like see what you need to do. And then actually doing it is not hard.
Yeah, if you break it down into smaller steps, it becomes a lot easier than thinking about it as a whole. Yeah, we do not have a presentation on breaking down patterns, but we do have one on reading charts and what charts mean and how to just tackle those, because I know that that is something that is often very intimidating. I know when I first started out, I saw charts and I sat there and I like wrote out the instructions to every single row in a chart instead of just reading the chart, which takes a lot of time and there's room for error there. And yeah, so it's a great presentation too.
I haven't knit from a chart yet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Well, I started designing my own patterns way before I made more advanced things. So now I make the charts.
But you don't knit from
for
them?
myself, like, and knit from like, but not knit from like someone else's chart. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah. Well, you should watch Joanna's presentation.
Definitely. Even just to learn better how to make them.
Yeah.
I'm not super good at chart. I usually hire someone to make the chart. I'm like, this is Chinese. Like, I know my knitters want it, but can you please make it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, unless anyone has any other questions, I am so excited for this event. Can't wait for it to start October 7th. I'll put the link in the chat one more time so you guys get your free ticket. Sign up, upgrade if you want or not. We are more than happy to have you either way. And if you have any questions, comments, anything, you know how to find Ashleigh and I.
Yes, feel free to send me questions.
Sure. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.